my nostalgia.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and also welcome back to another season for my nostalgia. So yeah, I think it might be interesting because this season, hopefully, as you probably do know, it's gonna got old and new shows I'm gonna talk about in this season, or season 3, my nostalgia, whatever. So what I'm going to review or talk about, or whatever I'm going to call it, is about a kind of not really popular show that everybody knows about if they watch this review or whatever I'm going to call it, of Tommy Zoom. Tommy Zoom? Tommy Zoom. I said Tommy Zoom. I don't know what that means. So Tommy Zoom is a 2000s kind of kids show that nobody even knows about. It's got a cult following, but everything's got a cult following nowadays. But yeah, I don't know what's up with some people who love the show as a kid and still now. Like, some people are into Tommy Zoom. I'm not kind of into it, but I'm like, as a kid and still now I'm not into it. But I mean, like, as a late teenager, I'm more into Young Sheldon or Stranger Things or probably other shows that I like, but people who's younger than me think, oh, I grew up with this and this is what I'm still gonna watch today, like Scooby-Doo or something like that. But I'm not into the modern Scooby-Doo. But we'll talk about Tommy Zoom now, but I mean, like, I might talk about Scooby-Doo in a later episode. But anyway, so Tommy Zoom is a 2000 kids show that is only run for one season. Probably I have researched it the other day, but because I got everything prepared, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know why this hand's not working. But I'm like, yeah. So what I think about Tommy Zoom is, I thought it was passable. It was popular at the time, but not that popular than other kids show like Something's. But it was on CBeebies, by the way. So it was popular kids shows at the time, probably like can't remember, but like I really do like Mr. Maker. That was my ultimate favourite out of at the time anyway. But Tommy Zoom was one of the popular ones, but not so popular than the other popular the CBeebies shows, you know what I mean. I'm sorry if you can't understand me. I can't really speak well. I'm not unwell, I'm not ill, I just can't speak that well than the other days, you know what I mean, when I'm making this video, so I'm so sorry. But like, I do like Tommy Zoom as a kid, but I really do like the other shows that was on CBeebies at the time. But this is not it was air, because when it was one of the last episodes, I keep on thinking to myself, I do love this series, but at the same time I kind of hate it, because you watch other important CBeebies series at the time, like 1 season, 3 seasons, 2 seasons, or something that you really like, and Tommy Zoom was similar to, get this, similar to the Numberjacks or Big and Small or whatever. And because in those days, most kid shows like that was popular, but only for a small bit, because it was similar to story makers or storytellers or whatever it's called. You know, at the end of the at the evening when you have your meals or whatever, not your parents, but as a kid you have your meal, you have like your babies or meal, or you have your pre or late toddlers or late whatever we want to call it as a kid, and you're like, okay, I had my meal, and what do you watch? Non-popular, really famous kid shows from CBeebies like The Night Garden probably, or Storytellers, something like, you know. I'm not really into, when I was a kid anyway, I'm definitely not into it now, but like, as a kid I was definitely not into Teletubbies, or not Teletubbies, the Night Guard. I was definitely not into that, but I was into Mr. Maker. I was into that. We got somewhere. I'm not sure you noticed, but I took for ages, mostly a minute, knowing what the other show was. But like, I'm more into Mr. Maker as a kid. I wasn't into the Night Guard and all that rubbish, but I was into Mr. Maker. Kind of not really into big, small, big, and small. The little tiny fluffy monsters and all that rubbish. And like, I'm not really into that, but like, I was definitely into, at the time anyway, when Tommy Zoom was coming out. There was other similar shows like Big and Small, and I was definitely really into Big Cook, Little Cook. If you're younger than me, you probably won't understand what I'm on about, but like, but if you're really, really young and you were into Bing or Number Blocks or whatever you watch nowadays, kids, but like, we grew up with proper kid shows, and some of the proper kid shows are pretty lame, like Tommy Zoom. So we're like, I do love Tommy Zoom as a kid, but not that much than Mr. Maker or Big Cook, Little Cook, or I didn't really like Something Special because it was too. It was just too. I didn't like it, but I do like shows like Mr. Maker, or probably the Mistrons. The new I can't remember. Definitely not the Mistrons. The Mistrons is from Cats and Scarlet, but I'm thinking of Sorry, I'm going into different sort of kid shows over here, but I'm like, what I'm trying to say is, Tommy Zoom was probably the best. It was like 80s kids shows. They had different sort of 80s kid shows, but you don't know what's the perfect one. It was just like Tommy Zoom at the time in the 2000s. You never know which one's the best. But I'm like, so we had as a kid, we watched, can't remember the science thing, the science show, and this lots of kids go on this science in activity, and there's all these CGI sort of monsters in the new ones or something like that in their head. I don't know, but I do like that. It was really cool at the time, but now it's all lame. But I'm like, Tommy Zoom was kind of the best, but I'm like, at the same time it's kind of lame. I don't know, but I don't know what we can call for Tommy Zooms anyway. So I'm like, but I do love it. For only one season, they put effort into trying to put effort into this series, because I kind of like it for that, and I'm not into the story now. But sometimes you're into other kid shows, but sometimes you're not into these or kid shows like Tommy Zoom. And I know there's lots of cult followings kinda with Tommy Zoom, not that much than Thomas the Tank Engine or Banana in Pajamas or Mr. Maker, for example, or those sort of shows that you watch as a kid. But there is something about Tommy Zoom that we all like, but it's not that funny than other shows that you watch now, like Mr. Bean or other things like that. But I'm like, God, I'm not sure if you're hearing me or not, guys, but Tommy Zoom was just like Numberjacks. It was just like Mr. Maker. And it was just like Big and Small. They had that sort of thing. You got it stuck together, all of those sort of good shows. You got Tommy Zoom. But all about just a boy and a dog. It's like, what? But I'm like, I know that everybody thinks that Tommy Zoom is a lame kid show, and I understand that, but Tommy Zoom, it was something to watch in the meantime of your lunchtime or the evening time. And some of the same sort of episodes come on after watching Tommy Zoom episode 15 is Tommy Zoom come on after the other 4 kid shows after that. It's like, you know, but I do like Tommy Zoom, but not that much than I like Mr. Maker or other shows like the new ones. Like, you know what I mean, the science show with kids going on the science thing with this lady scientist or whatever. But like, I do like, back to Tommy Zoom, I think it was kind of one of those kid shows that is weird, but you kind of like the weird stuff, but not weird like I think I got it over there, but is the Spy Kids. It was different. I think it was Tommy Zoom was kind of a whip-off of the Spy Kids, but just only got one kid, and he goes on these adventures with his dog, and it talks. That was really. It was like Caroline at the time. It was really not creepy, but like it was definitely not creepy because CBBC is not really creepy. It's more like babyish stuff. But like basically. I felt like Tommy Zoom was supposed to be on one of those kid channels like CITV or probably Channel 5 or CBBC. Definitely on CBBC because I think it had more, and it's supposed to have the production of CBBC or. Sorry if I'm in your face, cuts, don't mean it, but more like, it's supposed to be in probably CITV or CBBC or something like that, probably on Channel 5 in the morning, but it wouldn't be on CBBC. Like, seriously, what you see on CBBC is probably just baby stuff, you know what I mean? And CBBC is babyish, but they got older babies, you know what I mean, like me. I was an older baby at the time and I still like Tommy Zoom, and I'm like, but Tommy Zoom is good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'll probably watch it later on today and what I really think of it, but at the moment I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's the greatest, but I'm like, so those other night shows, I'm not saying that Tommy Zoom is a night show. It's not a night show. It's a middle of the day sort of show. A morning show is not every night show, because the night shows are like 64 Zoo Lane or the Night Garden or the other shows. But like, I do like Tommy Zoom. Okay, just put that in mind. I do like Tommy Zoom, but not the best sort of shows that I like Mr. Maker or the Science Lady show or Lazy Town. Lazy Town was weird, really, when you think about it, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you like Tommy Zoom? Do you not like Tommy Zoom? I like how the blue villain character in Zombies. I keep on saying zombie. Tommy Zoom. The blue character in that looks more like Mr. Bean, the cartoon Mr. Bean. If you try to look also like, I can't remember his name. But I do like the cat and the blue horrible character. I do really find them funny, but I do like Tommy Zoom, but not that much than I like Mr. Make and all the other shows. But I had to do a review. I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't have the time to do it last year because the second I put episode out, I think, I should have put something else up, but never mind. No wonder there wasn't that much views on my Nostalgia season 2. But anyway, this is season 3, and now I'm gonna talk about it. So I do like Tommy Zoom. Not now because I'm grown up, but as a kid, they didn't put effort into having a season 2 or season 3 because they only had one series or season or whatever you want to call it, and I should have had more because people are now having cult followings or really into zombie doom. Tommy Zoom. I can't speak. I don't know why I just can't speak, but I do like this sort of thing. But as a kid, I should have watched proper kid shows like the Thunderbirds or the Wombles or something like that. But I did grow up with the Clangers, and that's something else entirely. But yeah, I do love Tommy Zoom. I wish there was more seasons than that. There was similar series that were trying to pull off Tommy Zoom, Biff and Chip or. I didn't see Biff and Chip at the time, not because it was a new series in 2021, but there was another series before that we never saw because it's probably American or something. But we British people didn't really have much Biff and Chip rubbish, but because we didn't even heard of it, and if we did heard of it, well, too late, you know what I mean? But we did have similar ones that are trying to copy Tommy Zoom, I think. Was Can't remember the two persons' names, but they were called. And also, I've been watching CBs for a really long time. At the age of 11, when I should have watched proper kid shows at the age of 11, like CBBC, that were grown-up kid shows, or probably see something on BBC iPlayer, because BBC iPlayer came along when I was 11. But I'm like, yeah, I should have quit kid shows at the age of 9. But I'm like, because there was no common sense, and because when I was 9 years old, I thought this doesn't make any sense anymore. And I mean, like, the only kid show that made sense was Come Outside, and that was it. The other shows are more like, what? But I mean, like, Tommy Zoom was funny. It still is funny. Less funny than Scooby-Doo or Mr. Bean or whatever, but Tommy Zoom, good. So I mean, I know I keep on dragging on about different kid shows in this episode, but I don't know how I can describe Tommy Zoom at the moment, because I feel like it's a mixture between other kid shows and other kid shows. There's nothing to do with Tommy Zoom, but it kind of is. But even though they've got different sort of things in it, just have, a normal person stuck in a cartoon world, and we saw that before, but we haven't seen a dog with a person, or did we? I don't know. But we're like, yeah, amazing. Not amazing now, because all we got nowadays is boring kid shows, and we grew up with proper kid shows, even though they're not really proper, they're more, well, lame. But we don't want to call it that to the younger viewers, because they don't really understand either. But we're like, but what do you think? Put in the comments down below if you have watched Tommy Zoom, and if you find it amazing, if you don't find it amazing. I kind of found it amazing, but because it had hardly much episodes in 2 years or whatever, it was like they should have had more episodes of it, because it was really cool. Not that much than other CBB shows, because it should have been on CBBC or something like that. But I mean, like, but what do you think? Okay, what do you think? Just put in the comments if you have watched it. If you find it a load of rubbish, don't watch this video. But I'm like, yeah, bye.
More nostalgia.
Hello guys, welcome back to another My Nostalgia episode, and I'm going to review, or not review, but I'm just going to say, have you ever watched Brum? If you haven't, well, that's unlucky. But I'm like, so this show isn't the best show ever, but it kind of get me an impact, because most of the time you probably heard of these sort of shows before, but this is also one of the shows that are quite creepy and quite disturbing, but not in a not in a sort of horrible way or scary way. It's just a little bit disturbing. So I'm gonna put it to the disturbing kid show list as well. So I'm like, yeah. So what you're going to see here today is Brum, and if you don't know what Brum is, Brum or Brum or whatever you pronounce it, is a little tiny car, yellow car, that saves the day. And it sounds all whoopie-doo and happy and jolly stuff, but when you watch the program, some episodes are a little bit weird and bizarre, and some are just creepy. Sometimes it's disturbing, but I'm like, yeah. So I wanted to do this episode probably in season 1 in 2021 or season 2 in 2022, but this is 2023, season 3 of My Nostalgia. So I mean, like, I have to review it sometime. Why not this season? So yeah, this is Brum or Brum or whatever so I want to say this, I mainly watched every single episode when I was a kid and on DVD, but I went to the store once, and I really enjoyed Brum so much I bought those little tiny Brum cars as well. It's weird. So you probably know Brum by as a kid. You probably knew Brum by probably Rosie and Jim and Brum, or those sort of anime, not anime, but animated, cartoony sort of Brum videos you see on YouTube. But what I grew up with the actual Brum, the disturbing, silly, rubbish version, is not rubbish, but I didn't really find it that good, and it gave me an impact, obviously, but not good than other, kid shows that I watched at the time. So it's similar to other silly slapstick, ew, it's not fair, you can see what's going to happen sort of shows, but this one's alright, but still disturbing, something like, so yeah, this is another episode of rememberable disturbing kid shows from the early 2000s or whatever, even though it is 90s, I don't really know anymore. So yeah, let's get into it. So, this is Brum, a little tiny yellow car that saves the day, and these weird people tries to steal things, nick things, probably does something weird to the other community in the town of Brum, or any city of Brum, or whatever. And I like it how every single character that is the good guys, every single good guy sort of character has this sort of like, hello, I'm this character, I'm for example, the pilot when the plane went off and the bad guy was on the plane, or probably, I don't know, but seriously, why is some good characters have to go like, hello, I'm this, and I do this for some reason, I shake my hand, and I wave, woo! Seriously, who does that? This is not rocket science. You can say, hi, I'm the pilot, and I do this, but they cannot speak. It's like Mr. Bean, they cannot speak. Don't know why, they just can't. That's weird. I wouldn't go to that place if people are not talking. I like it how, in the show, they have this all weird child narrator, and sometimes there's adult narrators in the episodes, but the ones I grew up with, probably season 13 or something, not season 13, there was only like 2 seasons, probably 3 or 4 seasons, I'm not sure, but I mean like, oh my god, this is so weird, because I mean like, I grew up with other kid shows similar to this, but they're more realistic. This is bizarre. I don't know how you can describe it, it's just bizarre, like, so you ever grew up with Brum, and your children have grew up with Brum, well, or Brum, or Brum, or whatever you pronounce this car, seriously, I think you're missing out who has grandchildren, or children as the age of 20 now, or something like that, that grew up with their children or grandchildren who watches Brum. But I wasn't in the 90s, I mean like, I'm one of those people who are 2000s wee lad who watches 90s and 80s, probably 70s kid shows when they were a child, and one of them's me, so so I do really like Brum, and I like how nostalgic it is looking at this intro, like the BBC intro, this intro, and this sort of weird intro with the red ball in the middle. Tell you what, there was other kid shows at the time, like, I can't remember what it was called, but there was other kid shows who had that sort of production logo. Nostalgic as well. And I do also like 2 Entertainment. If you heard of Shaun of the Sheep on DVD or whatever, you see 2 Entertainment. So yeah, I do like those logos. I can't speak. Logos. Because I bought something for Christmas the other day, and it was an old show from the BBC, and they had a new BBC intro. Because we grew up with the sort of wavy, colory one with the just called BBC. Yeah, it's complicated. I'll probably do like a like nostalgic BBC intros or whatever, but this is what I grew up with. This one. Yeah, that one, baby. Anyway, so I do rather like Brum. I like how silly and funny it is, but not silly like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, or please don't do it, please don't do it. I hate that sort of sense of humour. Well, not sense of humour, but I don't like it. But I do like the sort of like, oh, I'm standing on the table because there's some kind of weird monster, or even though it's just a wig. It's weird. One of the episodes anyway. I do like Brum as a kid, or Brum, or whatever you pronounce it. But yeah, you could just watch it on BBC iPlayer nowadays. Yeah. In the future, it's probably gonna be somewhere else. But I mean, like, at the moment, you can watch on BBC iPlayer for your heart content, children. But 20-year-old people, like, well, I'm not 20 yet, but 20 something year olds grew up with the actual Brum, and I grew up with the actual Brum, but in the 2000s. I mean, like, you know, so that's all I got really. So like, it's so funny as a kid, and it's kind of funny now, but also nostalgic and silly, really silly. Like, you can't stand it, but I don't know what to say, because there's different sort of Brums. You see the blue logo Brum. There's that classic Brum, here we come, or superhero, blah 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 blah. Brum, here we come, or something like that. That was the outro music. Something like, you know. You can't hear that, ladies and gentlemen. There's some kind of airplane or plane or helicopter in the background. Sorry for that, guys. But I'm like, anyway, that's all I got. I haven't got the car anymore, you know, the toy car. I haven't got the other one, the box set of Brum. Well, not the box set, but half of the box set, because sometimes you see half of a DVD collection or something like that, just like Mr. Bean for some people. But anyway, what did you think? If you watched Brum as a kid, did you like it, hate it, meh, whatever? And I'll see you all next time. I know it's not the best episode of my nostalgia from season 3 onwards, but I mean, like, I don't know. Sorry. I just want to put it out of my misery for like 2 years so far, or maybe 3 years, thinking about what can I say about Brum. And do you know how disturbing it is? Because even though you see Herbie, or Bumblebee, or probably Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, those other flying sort of cars that do or drive all by their own is fine, But when it's a kid show with actual eyes who stare into your soul sort of thing, that's why I put it as this disturbing kid show character or whatever. And I'm not even making it up about that. Because Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is just a car, a flying car. Bumblebee car is just a normal car with no driver in it, or if there's a driver, it doesn't do anything. You know, or other shows like that, or films, they do it for fun, and it's sort of like a big joke and a family sort of thing. But with Brum, eyes that stare into your soul, or behind your soul, or onwards, there's something wrong with you, whoever made Brum. I don't know, maybe the inventor or the cleaner that you see in every single intro, who opens the door and then Brum comes out to the, garage or whatever it's called, or car shop or whatever. There's something wrong with you, Mr. Old Man, and I do not want to know. It's just like Pinocchio. The old man made Pinocchio, and this old man probably made Brum. But it's alive! It's alive! Anyway, so that's all I got for Brum, and I do love this kid show. Not anymore, because I know that I watched other kid shows I watched as a kid, and I still like them up to this day, but this one, not anymore, because it's too silly. I watched other adult shows that do the same sort of thing with, like, oh, we know what's gonna happen, or we hate it sort of thing. And that's why, something like, and it's just too slapsticky. I do like other slapstick shows, but do it properly, like Abbott and Costello, or probably Love and Hardy, or other shows like that. But with Brum, really. Anyway, I'll see you all next time, and hopefully you have a good day, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever you're watching this video. And bye.
Was back on our screens. Well, YouTube screens, that is. In a fully CGI animated series that purely focuses on the pre-3-year-old market. Brum was for us at a specific time in our lives, and we enjoyed and still continue to enjoy that era for that reason. Rewatching old episodes takes us right back to a time when we were excited to see what Brum would get up to next. If a CGI preschool show is what Brum is now, well hey, that's better than nothing at all. I hope Brum does make a triumphant return to TV in live-action form one day. As with many existing TV franchises, with the right attention and approach for a modern audience, I'm sure it could be a massive success just as it initially was 25.
Oh god, I watched this one already. Well, not that one. No, I don't want that one either. That's one I would have seen this one also. Already seen this one. Don't want that either. These films are just like so crummy. Watch that one. I'll probably watch it for this one's Christmas. I'll probably watch that. I'm not sure, but I will watch that. Oh my god, not this one. Already watched this one. Like seriously, why is a Scooby-Doo one is just so bad? In it? No? Why? Oh my god. I forgot about this. Maybe I have to review it. What do you expect? Hello? What? You think this is terrible? I thought this one was good. You didn't like it? Do you like it? Not like it? Okay, I'll review it then.
More nostalgia.
Sometimes I feel like this movie or this short films are really good. But I don't know, but sometimes I feel like, this Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. I probably think it's one of the best Scooby-Doo sort of mixes ever. And they mix different sort of characters from different franchises, companies and whatever. So, this is my review of, Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. And I don't know what to say, because I mean, like, watching videos like this before, you're thinking, you're not going to give me lots of information. I'm not, because I feel like there's nothing to look at. 30, 40, 50 probably old people. Because I mean, like, I know that 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds are watching this video. And with this channel, so I expect you might be watching this. So, did it capture your, best interests in your childhood? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think? Because as a kid in the 2000s, I thought this was amazing. Because I'm not a big fan of Batman or any sort of DC. All that rubbish. But I do like Batman, and I do like Superman, I do like, Iron Man, I do like all of them, but I just don't like them in Transformers, or whatever they're called, Marvel. I just don't like it. I just don't like it at all. So, but I do like them when they're switching different characters together, and that makes it Scooby-Doo, where are you? He's obviously in this. I got nothing. This is what we got. So I do love Scooby-Doo, but I just think that this is the ultimate best Scooby-Doo sort of thing they did. I personally think, anyway. I think it's the best because I still like it. I still think it's one of the best. Like, I do like Scooby-Doo. Not anymore, but I used to like it as a kid. And the only sort of Scooby-Doo sort of thing I only watch is probably this, because it's still funny. It's still, even though the story, it's not really good, even though it's like this or that, negative. But I feel like this is really, really good, and loads of people my age are into these all attractive men and women superheroes, and I kind of think, yeah, whatever, but only if it has funny bits in it, and this is what Scooby-Doo and Batman is. It's so funny, you can laugh your heads off, like, especially Joker and Penguin, when they're taking the mick out of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. They keep on running on a machine, and I think, oh my god, where are we gonna end up? I don't like the Scoob, and I like it how they roll in the boat and then it comes off. That is really, really funny. And everything they make in this show, well, it's not really a show, but it's really, really hilarious. And if you don't find it hilarious, you're going to Down Under, the creepy Down Under, and I'm not talking about Australia. But I do like it. I do hugely like it, and I still watch it up to this day. But not recently, up to this day. I'm talking about, like, today-ish, but not, I haven't watched it for years, but I still watch these sort of stuff up to this day. But obviously not, so I'll probably watch it later on and watch it. And actually, I watched it kind of recently, but not recently. I'll probably watch it in like 2020 when lockdown started, and I think I can't stand this sort of miserable sort of thing lately, and it's really, really horrible. So I watched something funny, and that's when I watch other shows at the same time that really I like now, like Stranger Things. That was on Netflix. So before schoolish or college-ish starts, home college, homeschooling in lockdown, before all of that started, I watched either this or Stranger Things or other Star Wars films I haven't watched yet, or something like that, to keep me interested and keep me not getting bored or annoyed or upset. So anyway, I do, so that's what I mean by recent, 2020, 2021-ish. But yeah, I do like this. I feel like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, maybe not 30-year-olds will like it because, well, they grew up with, in their teen years, probably over 20 years, I don't know, they grew up with the 2000s Scooby-Doo probably for, yeah, it's not the best, but hey-ho. We used to watch the other boring things in the 80s or something like that. And then there's the 90s and 2000s one, it's like rubbish. But if you really want to see the proper Scooby-Doos, in the 70s they did a short sort of thing called Batman and Robin with Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo to me is, in this one, is so hilarious. Even though it's not the best, even though it's not, obviously good. And because this is a Halloween special, my nostalgia or Halloween special in general, it's a laid back sort of creepy, it's a laid back sort of this and that. But it's not really Halloween-ish. I just want to put it in Halloween because I can't really think of what I can put in any or any sort of specials this year. So I'm just going to put something in that fits. But I'm like, even if it will be a little bit creepy, it's not that creepy than you expect it to be. But I mean, but it's not one of those sort of crummy sort of Scooby-Doo or any sort of cartoons that end up really rubbishy. It's nothing to do with that. But if you don't like this, do you? Watch something else. But I mean, loads of people in the 40s, 50s, maybe 30s is watching this channel and liking this channel, hopefully, because I don't know what's on the other end of this channel, all the viewers' thoughts. Not all of them, but some of them, because I know there's some of you lot like this channel and some of you lot think, yeah, this is cringy. But but yeah, what do you think? Do you like it, hate it? Put in the comments down below, and I'm going to show you some clips, because not this show, because maybe it's copyright or whatever, but I usually love this. It's still funny to me up to this day. It's not just a kid thing, even though it's supposed to be just a kid thing. It doesn't feel like it, because I'm half a kid, half a grown up, half this, half that, obviously, because everybody's half of this and half of that. But but what do you think? Maybe you probably still got this DVD or VHS or whatever you probably got with Scooby-Doo and Batman and Robin, and you probably find it funny and rememberable and laughy sort of nostalgia sort of thingy, feeling, vibe, what do you want to call it, up to this day. But if you like that, you're like me. You like something before that isn't too sloppy and too kiddie sloppy, but kind of kiddie grown-ups with, let's say, other kids' films that, kids' characters act like grown-ups, and you relate to that when you're a grown-up, or you're related to that when you're a kid, or something. That's one of those kids' shows and kids' films this I like. Something like, So, we got that out of the way. I want to show you some parts of this show. And if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, obviously, you obviously know what it is, so maybe you just skip the part where you see the little thumbnail sort of thingy, if there is chapters on this videos, but, because sometimes, obviously, there is chapters on videos nowadays. People, it's a thing now.
The crucial question, Joker. Erase your doubts, my web-footed friend. This time the Joker will have the last laugh. How did the... What difference does it make now? By a sheer stroke of luck, Bat-Brain and the boy Blunder have walked right into our hands, hunting for us. While they hunt, we haunt. First, a few moans, groans, and assorted screams.
Why they rock us out?
In that case, my fine feathered friend, I shall achieve my goal with a white-sheeted ghoul. Yes, Batman and Brat Boy, it leads somewhere to your doom. Now, Pengy Wengy, watch me lure them into the room of doom. Want to know more, bat fools? I am in this room, the Joker, the clown prince of crime.
Joker, if you don't come out, we're breaking down this door.
While you're breaking down, I'm breaking up. Get it? Of course you don't. Just as you'll never get me. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for dropping in. Well, Penguin, I told you we'd get them.
I bet we're trapped here for a little while.
Yes, for a little while. Forever. Farewell, taped cuckoo birds.
I'm not a Batman fan. I'm a DC person, but I have got the video game of Lego Batman and Lego Batman 2, but I haven't played Lego Batman 2. Yeah, I haven't played Batman 1 for like, I don't know, 2 levels, or I don't know, 6 levels, but have I got anywhere? I probably will do like a little gameplay Friday later on in live on this channel with Batman and, Batman and Robin or whatever it's called, Lego game. I'll do that in the future. But, yeah, this is a thing. This is obviously a thing, otherwise I would be reviewing it or whatever. But, sorry if I can't speak, I'm just speaking fast, because I feel like I had to speak fast, because not only I got a deadline to do today, but also because I'm really eager to finish this so I can fit in all the stuff for next video, whatever. But you know what I mean. So, but I have to take it easy, obviously. So, I'm not sure about you, but I think that this is one of the most funniest, cleverest, even though it's not the best and well-known sort of whatever Scooby-Doo stuff, but I feel like it's part of me because I like stuff like this. I keep on watching these sort of stuff up to this day, I will say, because I told you that before in this video, but I feel like some of it in this video is funny and some of it is charming and some of this is silly, but good silly, not silly like, I don't know, Abbott and Costello. Even though you love Abbott and Costello or you love, or other, like some of us do have them or whatever that is, whatever those sort of shows are, and they're so silly as painful silly. This silly you can cope with, like Abbott and Costello or whatever, but painful silly like some of us do have them or open hours or whatever, that's painful silly. Good pain, but not, but some sillies are just so painful to watch and some are just lovely to watch, but I don't know. But yeah, so obviously I'm not sure, with the 60s Batman, I'm not sure that's the same voiceover or voice actor or whatever, or because he's died in 2017 or something, I can't remember his name, but if you're a Batman fan or person, but yeah, so I'm not sure if he plays that, but I probably doubt it because most cartoon, actors at the time don't have the original character's actor or whatever voiceover in any sort of cartoon. So I highly doubt it, but if it is the same actor or from the 60s show, I'm really surprised because I haven't really concentrated on the credits, you know what I mean? But I just feel like this is really, really special to me and special to all Scooby-Doo people. I'm not a, Scooby-Doo person. I'm more into, sci-fi and other cartoon stuff to do with sci-fi. I'm a sci-fi sort of fantasy guy when it comes to films. I'm not a sloppy, silly person, If you're into this sort of stuff, do you? Like, I don't mind if you're into this sloppy stuff, because I watched other sloppy stuff when I was a kid, and it was painful. But, that's again, different sort of pain. There's good pain, bad pain, and whatever pain, and pain, but, I don't know. I'll talk about it later in the top 10 sort of painful shows, good painful shows and bad painful shows or whatever in the future. The thing is, this year I haven't really done I don't think I have much done anything this year, but I was supposed to do a countdown video this year, and if I did and I haven't realised it because I'm recording this later on before I've done, well, I'm sorry, but at the moment I haven't done it yet, so I don't know, but I will do more countdown videos in the future, but not at the moment. And like with the nostalgic feelings or sadness stuff, the top 10 with that, I haven't done that because that's the only thing I've done because it was a one-off, and then I thought, maybe I can do more, but because I haven't done more at the moment, sorry, that's another subject to come to. But yeah, Scooby-Doo and Batman we're talking about at the moment. And I'm not sure what you might think of this, but I think it's hugely good because I mean, like, some Batman stuff are just too weird and too, you know, weird because I'm one of those critics who go to watch films like Batman, and I'm not a Batman person. I haven't really seen any Batman films. I've watched loads of Batman films, but I'm not a Batman expert or whatever. I've got the video game of the Lego Batman 1 and 2. I've got, Dark Knight somewhere in my house or somewhere in my, home. I got, this. So I've clearly got some Batman stuff and probably even old Batman cars, or any or toys. So I probably am a Batman person without even realising it, but I mean, like, I don't like Batman. Okay, I do like Batman, but I don't like Batman stuff. Because I'm not a DC person or I'm not a Marvel person, so I don't really know. And I know that Batman's not in Marvel, but I expect he will be in like 30 years' time in some kind of spin-off series. I don't know, of Marvel. Marvel spin-off something. Not Marvel of a spin-off Marvel, but But you lot people who's into this sort of 70s, 80s, or being grown up with this, you think, yeah, it's alright, let's go on to the good stuff like Batman and Robin or Batman Forever or something. And that's when you're like a little bit older in the 80s and 90s, and then you forgot about the 70s when you were a kid. Well, I love this. I'm not sure if you're hating this or not, and put in the comments down below, folks, because I mean, like, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I mean, like, I usually like, stuff like this. Not Scooby-Doo, but I can't stand Scooby-Doo sometimes. Not the character, but, the franchise and stuff. I can't really stand it. I don't mind watching it now and then, but not all the time. Not like I'm not one of those people, like, who watch loads of whatever fan you're of, whatever movie fan you are, and you watch it all the time. Because I'm not a fan of this sort of rubbish, but okay, it's not rubbish. The other, Scooby-Doo films are rubbish. This one isn't. But I mean, like, but there's always a but in there in conversations of film critic, topics. There's always going to be a but with this. Well, I don't know. So, I know this is not the best Halloween special ever. I mean, like, I haven't really picked mostly Halloween stuff this year because I don't feel like having. Okay, I do like Halloween, but sometimes I feel like for Halloween I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's it for my nostalgia. Scooby-Dooby-Doo and Batman. I don't know. Well, though, in the show it doesn't do all that, because I mean, like, in some of the stories, at the very beginning, they have a fireplace, and then they're talking about something to do with hotels or something. That comes out of nowhere. But other stuff in the show is like, or something like that, and I just feel like they're really real to me. In the other Scooby-Doo films, I wonder why. Because in the other Scooby-Doo films, even though you feel like they're real, sometimes they're too real and to end up being an idiot, because I have got the all old and sloppy. I need to throw these sort of VHS stuff away. I'm not sure you can see about there, but you can probably recognise some of these stuff back there. So if I can't speak, I'm crazy, but I mean, like, but I do feel like these talk like real people, not real people, but a real person that you haven't met yet and you want to meet them. This is what this is to me. But I just feel like, what the hell? Why is all the other Scooby-Doo, films, shorts are kind of marish or rubbishy, and this is really, really good? I don't know. So this is really good. But yeah, what do you think? Put in the comments down below. Obviously, if the comments are on, because sometimes some YouTube videos, not only on my channel, but every single channel on YouTube, some comments are not on. If you turn on the comment bit on or not, it's still not on, but in the comments is on what you think if you're around the age in young age in the 70s and you grew up with this sort of thing, or this actual thing I'm talking about now. Tell me, did you like it, hate it, mirror it, sort of, but I mean, but I know that this series is supposed to be for 2000s, 2010s sort of people, but I mainly need to talk mainly to the older people. I know I'm saying old. I don't want to say old because I feel like saying old is basically like 90, 80, that's old. But 50, 40, 30 is not really old, so I don't know why I'm saying old, but I'm talking to the young people saying that they're old, so I'm so sorry, old people. I know I'm not supposed to call you old, but I don't feel like you're old, but sometimes I have to say old just because old to please the young people like me. So, but anyway, what do you think? And I'll see you all in the next, my nostalgia video. I don't think most, old, sorry, I'm calling you old again, I'm so sorry, but I don't think most old people is appropriate to watch these sort of, videos, my nostalgia videos set in 2000s and 2010s when kids in 2000s and 2010s, like other stuff when they're a kid. So maybe it's not appropriate, but just watch this flipping my nostalgia review, okay? Just watch it and please yourself. Save you having to pay all the bills and do lots of other work that you had to do, like me. It's horrible. I can't stand it. I feel you. Make sure to you know what? Some stuff in life is horrible. Oh, I should not need to watch this all the time. This. But I don't know. It's better often than watching, something like, I don't know. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. How can you want to watch something like I don't know. It's like, why? Why do you want to watch that? Oh yeah, the first one. The first one is even worse than the second one, but I don't know what to say anymore. Just don't know. Please just watch whatever you want to watch to do with Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo people, because I know that most Scooby-Doo fans are probably watching this and thinking, you're being rude about us because, Scooby-Doo is one of the best kid shows and cartoons ever made. Okay, it is then. But this, and even some Scooby-Doo fans probably thinking that this is rubbish, but it isn't. It isn't. It definitely isn't. It's definitely not bad. Never bad. It's good. Good.
Hopes. Now she's hoping soon she'll be hopping.
So, these bone-headed bird brains are buddy-buddy with Batman, eh? Let's cure them of their fondness for bats.
Way ahead of you, my web-footed friend. I've already activated our fearsome flyer.
My nostalgia.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of My Nostalgia Season 3, and we're going to look at the new series of, well not really, just a short new review of, Cook Little Cook. So, the show made a comeback with a revival series in 2022, now presenting by, it's called, her name is I Binobo Jack as Big Cook, Jen and Courtney Bowman as Little Cook Small. And I don't know what that was all about really, because I haven't watched the show, so There's more information on Google. Show joined CBBC on the 2nd of February 2004. However, it left in 2017. Didn't really feel like it in 2017, but anyway, the show made a comeback with a first, another series episode revival series on Monday 28th February 2022, presenting by another version of Big and Small. Cook. Yes, it's on iPlayer. What channel is on? CBeebies and BBC. Sorry. Who are the new ready, steady cook chefs? Well, that's another thing. So there's loads of questions about this sort of thing, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about this, but I'm not a huge fan of Big Cook, Little Cook when I was a kid, but I assure you it's gonna be irritating to watch, because even though the old series is not the same now, not because of old, it's probably because the 2020s had humour that we all say properly, like this new decade's got a different sense of humour to the 2020s, to the 2000s. But anyway, this is what we got. Now, say I'm crazy, but I do really like the original. Sorry about my hair all messy and stuff. But but I kind of like the original Big Cook, Little Cook. Everybody who's grew up in the early 2000s grew up with these sort of rubbish shows. They're not really rubbish, but back on that, you look back at them and you feel like some TV shows are a little bit rubbishy, and some you just remember, some are just charming and some are just weird. And I like the charming ones, like Come Outside, or probably Mr. Tumble was not my thing, but Come Outside probably, or this or that, probably a little bit of Tickabilla, but not really Tickabilla, but there's lots of good, and Me Too. Me Too was really good at the time, but there was lots of CBeebies shows that were good, and some are in the middle, and some are bad, and Big Cook, Little Cook was in the middle for me, because I wasn't a lover of cooking or baking or whatever as a kid, and still now, so, and nobody is really. If you're into catering and baking and cooking or whatever, do you? But we as people, normal, not normal in a boring way, but normal in a usual way, we as people, we don't really like cooking. We're more into gaming, we're more into sports, we're more into So back to Big Cook, Little Cook. I didn't really know there was a cult following, and everything is a cult following now. Brum is a cult following. Tommy Zoom is a cult following. And then teenagers my age and 20-year-old people my age doesn't look back on saying, oh, this was good. It's oh, that was rubbish. So I don't know. But I know this is not the best episode of my nostalgia, but here we are. So I really wanted to look back on it, because this came out in 2021 or 2022 or something like that, and we didn't even notice it. And if you have nephews or something like that, or little tiny brothers who are the age of 1 now, and you're in your 20s, and your mother and father's in your 60s or something, well, I bet that you'd be saying to your brother or your little sister or your nephew or whatever, that you say, I used to watch this sort of thing, but it's all rubbish now. Or did I say that like, oh, I'm so sorry, younger sister? Seriously, I don't know what's up with CBeebies now. It used to be good, even though it was a little bit rubbishy. It's still good, alright. And there's lots of upgrades to BBC programmes and BBC in general, like the logo and the company and everything like that, and some of the producer bits are saying like, oh, we have to change it a little bit because of whatever. But but I get it with the company, but not the actual shows. Get sequel shows or get special appearances from other shows, like Mr. Blobby, for example. He does still appearances, and I sadly grew up with that rubbish. So I'm just saying, you could have appearance of Big Cook, Little Cook, but we don't really fancy them. We're more into the other CBB shows, like, I don't know, Mr. Tumble, that's a well-known thing on CBBS, and everybody thinks, when they think of CBBS, they're probably thinking of one of the less popular ones, like me, who's, you know, thinking of the less popular ones, but they're more into Mr. Tumble, but for some reason, back to my nostalgia news. And today is gonna be all about Big Cook, Little Cook. Welcome to our cafe. You would know there's somebody else in your cafe. I don't know. I know a lot of people, and I know some of my friends, do I say, distant friends, are even saying, oh my god, there's a new cook, little cook. We don't care, because we're just doing something else right now. But I mean, like, I'll have the same sort of reaction if I had another distant friend and I go like, hey Craig, or whatever, I didn't know there was another Big Cook, Little Cook, but whatever, we're just gonna stick to whatever CBB program we like to watch now, and it's full of rubbish. Not because we're adults, not because we're in our 20s and think like, oh yeah, back in our day we used to watch this and now everything is rubbish. Not because of that, but because I don't mind watching other kid shows like Thunderbirds or Joe 90. Those are still kid shows and we still enjoy them up to this day. We still love them, okay? But there's some kid shows that are rubbish, like Paw Patrol, that's on My 5, or, you know, Channel 5, but you know what I mean, there's some kid shows on Channel 5, or CBBC, that's not really a thing now, even though it is, or I don't really want to talk about it, because I'm here for Big Cook, Little Cook, not stupid BBC shows that are changing into something else, or whatever. But, look, I don't know, but I do love Big Cook, Little Cook. Not like the best CBB show ever, but in a little tiny bit, because I wasn't a huge fan of Big Cook, Little Cook, welcome to a cafe. But I don't know, some people think that I'm going crazy and think, why you talk about kids shows, mate? You need to talk about something interesting for your age. I know, but look, I know that loads of people are thinking, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about something interesting to do with kids shows, not because of, oh, something else is coming back now. Whoopie-doo. I know, I'm just putting it out there for other people who probably like me, not like me like having the same sort of interest, but like me, like liking my videos. That's what I mean, like me. And liking my videos and liking me thinking, you missed out Big Cook, Little Cook. That's why I'm doing this video, guys. This is why I'm doing this video, not because I'm trying to annoy you and thinking, oh god, he's off again, he's doing another CBBS program. But I'm not just trying to wind you up, guys. I'm just putting out there for another episode of my nostalgia, of news, and this is not really news, this is just information. But even though news is information, it's new, not old, and this is 2021, 2022, 2023 kind of information about a new show called Big Cook, Little Cook. And it ain't Big Cook, Little Cook because the setting is the same but doesn't look the same. The characters are probably different, but they're also different. Not good. But I wouldn't mind it if they had like little cameo appearances of the old Big Cook, Little Cook. That would be wonderful. But no. I watched some few episodes of it. I think it's been a long day for me. I know you probably watched me in the whole entire day, like morning, afternoon, but I'm making this later on in the day, and I mean, like, you know, but it's been a busy day. But I mean, like, I know that loads of people are thinking, look, I know that I grew up with the same sort of thing as you, Craig, but seriously, what the hell? I agree with you, it's boring, but I just want to put it out there, I do like the original version, and I do probably need to get used to this sort of rubbish, but it's up to you. I mean, like, I have watched these sort of kid shows before, like the trailer of Biff and Chip, and Biff and Chip, oh my god, it's like, what? And now CBBS is owning a new version of something, and that is Big Cook, Little Cook. What? We don't care. We just don't care. We just want to carry on and watch other kid shows. If we were young, I tell you what, if I had a son or whatever, you know what I mean, and he was in his toddler years or something like that, I'll probably let him watch other, you know, shows, new and old, not new, like Paw Patrol or Bing or Number Blocks or whatever they're called, because that's rubbish. We want them to watch what we grew up with, the good stuff. I'm not talking about, you know, I'm not talking about actual dangerous chemical stuff. I'm talking about shows, alright? So I know that loads of people keep on thinking, hey look, I know that we all grew up with something else and they need to grow up with something else because it's all modern or present. You want to call it present because you're probably watching this in 2024 or 5. But, you know, but if you're a parent and you're in your late 20s and you got a baby and you want to, you know, let them watch something interesting, or you got grandchildren, because I know that probably old people watching this because they like old stuff, you know what I mean, and I'm reacting to old stuff, so that's why if I'm 30 or 40 or probably 50, or I'm not saying that 40 or 30 young people are saying that I'm not saying that you're old, you know, you lot 30s, 40s, 50s, because you're young, but some 60s and 70-year-old people might be watching this, but you know, if you've got grandchildren or uncles or nephews, or, you know, and you're thinking, okay, do you watch Bing, watch Big Cook, Little Cook, the new version, even though our son, who's in our 20s probably, or late teens, is probably used to the, you know, another show that's probably similar to this. And you're right, guys, you're right, old people, sorry if I'm calling you old, I don't mean it, but yeah, it was called Big Cook, Little Cook, the better version. It was all the same sort of laughter, same sort of sense of humour, same sort of activities. But this one I can tell, not because we're old and we're different and everything like that, and we change the sense of humour and everything, but probably because it's just, if they did probably do the same sort of thing as the original, it would just go like, that's out of date. So that's why they made it new. But if I was born in this sort of era, like the 2020s, I would still think this is out of place. Could I watch the one on VHS or something? Let alone the previous Big Cook, Little Cook, you know what I mean? But I don't know. But I know if, you know, I'm just probably overthinking things now. But this is what I think of. Big Cook, Little Cook, welcome to our cafe. But I'm probably one of those weird people who keep on thinking, hey, if I was young, I was a baby right now, I'd probably grew up with all the other boring dross in the past. But when I say dross, I don't mean something to do with plants. I mean, you know, sorry, I'm going off track. But yeah, but call me crazy, but I do like the original Big Cook, Little Cook. I don't like it now because I'm old, but, you know, older person now. But, come on, guys. I know I'm probably overthinking it and I'm acting like a weird sort of early teenage sort of late, what do you want to call it, 10-year-old or whatever, saying, the old version 2 is the best, even though I haven't seen it, because 10-year-olds are probably nowadays are just watching lots of dross on YouTube or YouTube Kids or whatever. But back to Big Cook, Little Cook. The original is great, probably because it's the original. But the new version, I don't really saw it because I'm not one of those weirdos who watch loads of new kid shows, but because I'm sensible. But maybe it's just me, but I just like the original anyway, if I'm old or new, because not because I'm, you know, old and I still watch kid shows, I don't. Only certain ones, because, you know, like Thunderbirds or Joe 90 or, I don't know, other shows like that, because they're kid shows and they're more realistic. Then, you know, and I know that Big Cook, Little Cook is more realistic, but I mean, like, you know, it's not my type, but, you know, but I'm just saying it's best than, you can just get reruns on BBC iPlayer to show to your kids, even though it's out of date, and 2000s are obviously out of date to 2020s, but, you know, it's just still the same thing. You don't have to get new people. If the old ones are like lost or something, even though they're not, because they won't be on YouTube. But I don't know, just why do you have to get new ones? Like, it's the same with Biff and Chip. The original will probably be quite better, even though some of it is, you know, they do with the one with. Just check it out about last year's one. You know, it's not good, but you know what I mean. But even though the Biff and Chip one, you don't need to make a new one. Okay, probably the new version probably be a little bit more realistic than the one before. But I don't know. Maybe I'm lost the plot with this, but Big Cook, Little Cook, great. Alright? I know that Big Cook, Little Cook is not for me, and definitely not for me, obviously. Even for a kid, I kind of not got into it, but even though I feel like, yeah, this is okay. This is good standard for people like me. And then you get used to other, new babies like we us. Have younger children probably, or probably as a brother or sister or nephew or something, and then they grew up with these sort of rubbish, and they need to be a new CBeebies, like CBeebies 2, with BBC 2 and ITV2, maybe let alone all the other CBBC shows or Channel 5 shows, but well, I mean, you need to have another CBeebies channel like CBeebies 2, and then they'll say, oh, this is the, like, coming back ones, and they make, they should have had that. They had this show called 2020's, this Big Cook, Little Cook rubbish. I think they already put it on this one, not because it's new, and not because every single CBeebies show is new and they're supposed to put it on new ones anyway because it's up to date, but probably they need to put all the fancy new versions on a new channel called CBeebies 2 or CBeebies, the extra channel, you know what I mean? But maybe it's just Big Cook, Little Cook, but you could just show it to on CBeebies. The original, this is what they've done to Brum. Repeats. 90s Brum, 90s Tots TV, 90s Come Outside was a repeat in 2000, probably because of a money problem or something, so I had to repeat the 90s stuff. Thank God, because otherwise I won't be growing up with that glorious shows, even though it's out of date, but you know what I mean. But, they should have just repeat all the 2000 shows to 2020s, but that probably make it more like a pattern thinking. Okay, after the 2020 shows, the new 2020 shows, they will repeat it for 2030 and 2040. But just saying, like, and now I probably lost the plot with this, but I just want you guys to think that even though it's out of date, Big Cook, Little Cook, even though it's not the best TV show out of all the CBeebies programs, it is still good. And then everybody keep on thinking, hi, my name is Mr. Critic Person. I'm Mrs. Critic Person. Could you just say Mr. Stupid D React Guy? Could I just say to you that you are wrong? I'm sorry guys, my cord is stuck. But I mean, like, you're wrong. So, I don't know, maybe I'm not supportive with this, but just do something about it, alright? Let alone all the CBeebies shows in general, but get something else on the CBeebies shows that feels old, but not in a crummy sort of out-of-date way, but in a good way, but still new. Nothing to do with making it all 80s or 70s, or any sort of decade, but make it all refreshing for, not only for the, young people, like 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, something like olds, or not really 10-year-olds, but in like 7 or 5 or something like that, but also for the grown-ups, so they can also be learned something as well, because old people sometimes lose a plot. Join the club. I lost the plot years ago. Alright. But but I don't know, but Big Cook, Little Cook seriously needs an upgrade. Not because they already made it upgrade, but make it better. Maybe I haven't really watched all the episodes yet too, to all, but just make it good. Mr. BBC, we are the BBC. I don't know what we're really doing on the BBC. Yeah. Anyway, if I missed anything, I'll put more info in the description box, and I'll put some links to the website, to iPlayer. But do you, if you want to do whatever you want to do, Mr. BBC, do you with the new programs or ideas you got, but make it good for adults as well. And even though it's not just for adults, it's for children obviously, but just something for the old people to understand, or 20 or 30-year-olds to understand, or something like that. Maybe I lost the plot, Mr. BBC, if you're watching this, or other people who's involved with the company, or any of fans in general who's into these old CBBS rubbish. But rubbish. But just what the hell. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I know it's not really the best episode of my nostalgia, but news anyway. But I'll see you all next time. Bye.
More nostalgia.
Hi there guys, welcome back to another episode of My Nostalgia Season 3, and this is a proper episode of Topic Review Show, or whatever it's called. A little tiny series that nobody knows about because we never actually made proper episodes in that series, or a side series, or whatever it's called. CraigDreacts' Topic Review Show, or what it's called. But if you hear the birds singing in the background, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so what I'm going to do today is talk about Joseph Gale, aka Stampylongnose, or Stampylonghead. I grew up with Stampylongnose when I was a kid, and still now. So he came around in 2012, probably 13, and believe it or not, even though it doesn't seem like that long ago, I was really young then. And I was a little bit older in 2013 and 12 and 11 or whatever it came out, but I'm not that much there now, okay, so obviously. So what I'm going to talk about today is, I'm so sorry if there might be birds chirping away in the background, I'm so sorry. But anyway, this is what we got so far. So I'm going to talk about Joseph Gale and my opinion about his world of the world of Stampylongnose and stuff like that. And I know that I'm not supposed to criticise loads of other YouTubers on YouTube, or any people in general on the internet, but I'm just saying, I grew up what I grew up with, and people have different opinions about what they grew up with and what they haven't grew up with, and it's not fair. I should have grew up with this, not that. It's like, so yeah. So this is what I'm going to talk about today, is Joseph Gale. And if you don't know who Joseph Gale is, you need an education, because he was good. He was really good in the day. But now he's still good, but not that much. Probably because I'm older. But I still watch his live streams and stuff like that. And I still like Squishy Duck and him having a little relationship, and he got married probably in 2018 or 19, some years ago. But anyway, this is 2023, and it feels like some years ago, but even though it's not really. Anyway, so this is me talking about Joseph Gale, aka Stampylongnose. I say Stampylongnose, I don't like Stampylonghead because it just sounds weird. But anyway, I don't know what's up with people with Joseph Gale, and don't know why Joseph Gale hangs out, but he gets along with weird people like Alpha Lee. And back in the day, I didn't know that Alpha Lee, and we probably even know, if we grew up with Stampy, we obviously didn't know that he was a similar version to the Whip Chip guy. But I don't know. But this is what we got. We grew up with some disturbing stuff, and we grew up with really good stuff, but at the same time you think too much about it, and it's like, what is this? So yeah, I know that I'm not supposed to overthink things when it comes to YouTubers, and like I know that loads of people nowadays are into Mr. Beast, or they're into PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or whatever. But I mean, like, or whoever you like on YouTube. But I mean, like, I do like PewDiePie and I do like Jacksepticeye. I do like Mr. Beast sometimes, especially when he does the honey adverts for, have you heard of honey? This is what people do with honey. And it's like really weird. Now, I'm going to talk about Stampylongnose at the moment, but I'm like, I don't know. This is what I got. I know that probably, if I can't really speak to them, I'm so sorry, guys. I just can't. Don't know why. It's just weird. But yeah, I do love Stampy when I was a kid, and I still now, kinda, because I mean, like, I do like these sort of things, and but I don't know. But anyway, back to the subject.
He is an English YouTuber who currently has over 10 million subscribers. He skyrocketed to fame by making Minecraft videos, but eventually faded over time. He averages a few 100,000 views per video, which is a lot lower than expected for a channel with his subscriber count. His views dropped over time due to a combination of factors, including his relationship with Elfer Lee, his audience growing up, and neglecting his channel for other projects. Stampy's real name is Joseph Garrett, and he was born in Portsmouth, United Kingdom in December 1990. Growing up, he intended to go into game design, but found he had more fun playing games rather than making them. Initially posted videos playing the game Journey, but one day decided to play Minecraft. On May 19th, 2012, Stampy posted his first ever video playing it called Minecraft Welcome to Stampy's Lovely World. He wrote their names on signs to commemorate them.
And this is the place I've decided to put the all the signs. So if you don't know, leave a comment below just saying your name, or preferably like a funny message or a nickname, and I'll put a sign up.
Going one step further, he also began some of his videos by pointing out something someone in the garden did.
And if you don't know what my love garden is, basically the start of every single video, I say someone's name on the sign and say thank you very much.
So there is lots of new versions of Stampy. The weird, laughing, like, version of Stampy, and being like, oh yeah, I grew a beard now, and now I got a wife, and we had to act all lovely and strange and weird, because some kid presenters on YouTube or whatever has to think, okay, we've got a contract or not contract or something to make the kids all think, oh, we're family friendly, but we're not. I know that Joseph Garrett and Squishy, or whoever her name is good people, and I know they're good people, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about them. But you know, because some people talk about, especially on this channel's family friendly, and I'm not supposed to talk about anything creepy really. So I'm like, you know, we talk about some creepy stuff, but not all the time. Otherwise people think, oh no, this is so horrible and scary. But I mean, I don't know. But yeah, this is something that I want to talk about for ages, and people think that Stampylongnose is just a boring Minecraft cat who walks around in a lovely world, and it's more than that. It looks like a god, and looks like I'm a pirate. And oh look, it looks like I'm a pirate for some reason with my hair, with my fringe or whatever it's called. But I don't know. But back to Stampylongnose. I have no idea why, but I mean, I do like Stampylongnose, I do like Ballistic Squid, and all the others, but the weirdest thing that I want to talk about is also this strange character called Elfer Lee. And I mean, like, Elfer Lee is basically that skin character of that video game character like Vandercoop or something like that, and he's actually a bear, but in the real world it's something else. So it's Elfer Lee. I don't know where that came from. They all make up names for children probably, but I'm like, it's so weird. You just want to talk about something that is interesting for you, but not really. But it's like, I don't know. But I do like Stampy, and I do like Stampy now, and I do like Stampylongnose, but the thing is I don't watch him that much because I'm older and I watch stuff that's appropriate to my age or whatever. But I mean, like, some stuff I watch and some, you know, to do with younger viewers. So some stuff I watch because, you know, some of my friends are younger and they like stuff like, I still look like a pirate look. No, so I don't know why, but it's just so weird because my friends are younger and they like stuff like that, and I mean, I have to talk about something that they need to know or whatever, or probably don't know or something like that. I'm not really sure. But anyway, back to Stampy. I do love Stampylongnose, and I do appreciate what you did over the years, mate. But I mean, like, there's something up with your community, and not your community where you live or your followers, but more like what is in the background of your channel. And like, you know, when some people talk about some YouTubers' channel, think what happened to their channel, what happened to their lives, and but I mean, I don't know. So I do not hate Stampy. I never did hate Stampy. I just hate some of the stuff that he done, because he has to hang out, or not hang out, but he has to be with people like the one who done that Witcher commercial. I mean, like, let's face it, nobody wants to know about him, especially, you know, because he's but no. So there is good people and there's some bad people. Joseph Goud is a good person, I think, anyway. No idea why I look like I got a patch on my eye. It's just my hair, I don't know. But I mean, I keep on going around this stupid hair, I don't know. But Joseph Goud, good guy. Alpha Lee, or whoever made Alpha Lee, or who played Alpha Lee, or whatever you want to call it, him, is a PD. That it's about, I can't say it. It's a family channel, but I mean, like, I don't know. I do like these sort of YouTubers and what they try to do for children or whoever at the age of probably 10 or 9, and I still watch some of his live streams up to this day, because some videos that he does is really good and they're satisfying to watch. Satisfying, sorry, if I didn't say that properly, I'm so sorry. But I mean, like, some stuff is really interesting that he does, and some are just like, you saw it all before, you know what I mean? It's just other YouTubers you see, it's like, what the hell? But I mean, like, yeah, I do like him, and I do appreciate what he done in my childhood, but you have to change, mate. You have to change into something that kids can enjoy, that I did enjoy, but people like, because kids grew up into different kids. It makes no sense. I'm so sorry if you're watching this video, Joseph or Stampy or whoever, whatever you called anymore. But like, you have to adapt to. I like you when I was young. I liked it when you done this when I was young. But when people, it's different sort of kids. The kids who like Stampy and kids who want a different sort of Stampy that isn't creepy or strange or unsettling or kind of weird. And I do like his laugh. I do like his sort of jokes and stuff. It seems to be that you see your little tiny young sort of girlfriend or boyfriend sort of jokes that you hang out together and those all jokes. I get it. At the age of probably 8 or 7. I know you can't have a girlfriend or boyfriend at the age of 7, but something like that, like a best friend or something. But this is what jokes do when they're young, but now it's kind of funny and kind of not funny. But you have to adapt to a appropriate age, probably around 7 to 10 or something. I don't know what you're really aiming at when it comes to kids, but I mean, like, you have to make it funnier, because over the years, kids, like when I was young, when in the 2000s and the late to early 2010s, I personally like stuff like Stampylongnose and Joe's guava juice or whatever. And now I react to and watches and watch loads of other stuff, like, dare I say, lots of other good American people like Infinity List and whatever. But I mean, like, there is different sort of things we have to like and what we hate and whatever. But Joseph Goud is amazing to me when I was growing up, like Dan TDM or probably Jacksepticeye. But I mean, like, I don't know, these sort of YouTubers were amazing at the time. They still are, if you want to call it that. But I mean, I don't know. But I just want Stampy to be a little bit more funnier. Not because I'm old and I need to still like him. You don't have to. when it's my age, certainly, but I'm like, what the hell? But I do like stuff like this when you have to talk about what you like and what, but that's the thing with the funny bits. But seriously, Stampy, if you're watching this video, I'm so sorry if I'm criticising about you and stuff like that, but I hugely love you when I was young, and I kind of think you're still amazing now, but I mean, like, you have to put the risk into making more videos funny. Nothing to do with my standards, because I'm not supposed to watch you anymore because I'm old and stuff like that, but to be fair, nobody finds me funny at the end of the day. I look like a pirate for some reason. Nobody finds me funny at the end of the day. Even though I got 300 or 400 or something subscribers now. I don't know how many subscribers I've got, because the second I go on YouTube now, you know what I mean? Or whatever, on my status, it comes up with another number. So I don't know. But even though I got a huge amount of subscribers, some of my viewers find me cringy or whatever. So I mean, like, but some people really like me, and why do I look like a pirate right now? But I don't know. This is strange, and I know it's people talking about different things about Stampylongnose and why it's funny, why it's not funny, and what is creepy and what isn't creepy, and hit the target, what the hell, when it should have been Alpha Lee. Wouldn't it be amazing when Alpha Lee being the bad guy when he really is a bad guy? You know what I mean? Well, not a bad guy, but he's dodgy anyway. Less dodgy than the Witcher guy, but I mean, like, But I do like YouTubers like that, and they put me into probably a good impact for my future to come for liking Minecraft, and probably even because I do like watching Minecraft and it's satisfying. But these days I think, even though he was trying to do a new series and it ended for like 12 or 11 episodes, a short little series called The Night Challenge, and he does it nowadays, and he keep on reacting to the fact that he has to think about, why is he doing this? What's the point of doing it on the ride of the horse and I can't walk? Even though you can walk, but that's not the challenge, or something like that, when you're off the horse and you have to build the bricks and all that. But seriously, well, I don't know. I know this is not a proper episode of Topic Review Show or whatever it's called, but I don't know what to say about Stampy really, because I think he's incredible, but not to the fact that he's going to be amazing, because he's going to be probably 50 when 2030 or something, or maybe he needs early 40s, mid 40s, and he's going to be in his 50s. I don't know, because he's an old man now, not old man like, let's say, David Attenborough, but old man like, hey, he's gonna be like, Jacksepticeye. He's gonna be really old, but not that old, and but I don't know. But he kind of sweared, and I know it's not a good thing. He kind of sweared in his early videos, and people do that a lot. I think even I did it, but now he's adapted more and more. I think I just want him to adapt more into a good children's YouTuber, but more funnier, because I sadly understood his sense of humour when really I should have followed up with other YouTubers' sense of humour that I really find funny. But yeah, I don't know anymore, but I do like him. I hugely love him, and I don't like him now because I'm an old lad and I look like a pirate for some reason, but I don't know. There's something wrong with me at the end of the day, folks. It's who I am. But yeah, please check it out. If you haven't heard of Stampylongnose, please check him out. Please check him out, sorry. And see if he's your cup of tea or whatever. But he's good, okay? He's good. But I mean, like, I know this is not the best nostalgia episode, my nostalgia episode, and the best topic review show, what it was called. I know it's not the best, but I mean, like, this is my actual first episode doing it, so I mean, like, but I mean, like, I had to put something into this episode of my nostalgia and this new series called Topic Review Show. So I mean, like, I don't know, but I also want to say this. He introduced me to Minecraft. There's another YouTuber that done Minecraft before, probably after Stampy, but that was something to do with Indiana Jones, and that was really rubbish. I don't know, but I do like that. I do like how Stampy introduced me into Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft nowadays because it's rubbish. I wish they put it back to the 2019 or 18 version, not the stupid 2020 version when they keep on going like, oh, there's a frog, oh, there's a goat, oh, there's new pigments or whatever, oh, there's this, oh, there's that, there's new blocks, it's all weird. I don't know, but I do like Minecraft, but not that much nowadays. The same with Stampy. I don't like him nowadays, but it's all horrible.
Stampy Longhead, just 1 year after the initial launch of YouTube. The original Stampy channel, Stampylongnose, was created on the 4th of August 2006, only 8 months after the official launch of YouTube in December 2005. The name Stampylongnose came from an animation that Stampy created when he was younger, where there was a character named Stampy Longhead.
I got the name from a character in an animation I had made called Stampy Longhead.
When Stampy first began YouTube at the age of 15, he was very similar to a lot of the other creators at the time, creating low quality, far from impressive videos just for the fun of it. These videos in the beginning were all IRL, skits, and just general mucking around. This eventually transitioned into claymation and stop motion.
Sprays air from a can, just like Duran Duran.
This initial channel, Stampylongnose, was Stampy's main focus for 5 years while at university and doing bar work. He would upload videos on the channel for fun, but never any monetary reasons.
It was never a business plan of mine. I did it as a hobby for years without any thought whatsoever of doing it as a job. It was only when it started to become popular where I saw there was an opportunity here.
Stampy explained that he didn't have much time to create and edit videos for the Stampylongnose channel, and he wished that he could create a new channel and just do lower effort Let's Play videos. So his channel didn't die, we all just grew up. And not only his audience, Stampy himself grew up. Stampy's now 29 years old, turning 30 this year. He's at an age now where the desire to play a kid's game is difficult to maintain. We've basically just observed a slow drop in motivation over time for Stampy. This slow drop in motivation reflects in his desire to make content as well as the energy he portrays within his videos. Regardless, Stampy has a special spot in a lot of our hearts, and I'm sure he has big things planned for the rest of his life.
I got nothing really. I just got nothing. I don't know. But I can tell you right now, guys, if you're into these sort of YouTubers, do you? But I mean, like, I was you once, enjoying Stampylongnose and whatever. Now he's kind of boring. Not a lot. If he was a lot of boring, I wouldn't be talking about him. But I don't know. At the end of the day, these people are strange. Stampy's not strange. Other people are strange on YouTube. I don't know what I'm on about. But I don't know. So please, maybe I'm overthinking things right now, but I do want to put Stampy into the most brilliant child YouTubers, because he's a one. He's not funny, or he's funny, but he's not the best. But there's lots of nostalgia reviews about Stampy and whatever, and I'm one of the most crummiest review ever, saying Stampy, the topic review show, my nostalgia is really amazing. It's not, it's boring. Even one of my fans say it's probably boring, but I don't know. But what do you think? Put in the comments down below what you think, and but yeah, see you all next time. Bye. What? Bye. Sorry. Don't know what's up with me.
More nostalgia.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So last year in 2022, there was a film based upon a book by David Williams in November time last year, and that was Gangsta Granny Strikes Again. And it was a book series for kids. No, it's not a book series, but it's a book from a book series. So the book series is for lots of David Williams books, and you could say the book series because it's got lots of different sort of stories, but with the same sort of thing. Like, oh, it's sort of this and it's sort of that, with weird and bizarre stuff in the book. Cool, like for example, when in Grandpa's Great Escape, it's the wife of this the son of the grandpa. The wife is like, oh, she works at a cheese factory. We never see that much stuff like in books nowadays, but I'm like, basically, Dave, you don't know who David Williams is. David Williams is a modern version of Roald Dahl, you can say. And I'm not into David Williams, but I'm into his films, and nowadays his films are not really good than it used to be. Maybe because I'm grown up, or maybe because, well, it's all different. The charm is not really good than it used to. Yeah, so what I want to say about is Gangsta Granny Strikes Again. Not really good than they used to be. Not really good than the first one. The first one is good because it's nostalgic, and it's, even though it's got the same sort of thing, like the lines is the same, the humour is the same, and everything else, but the off-putting thing is different actors in it, and different sort of story, obviously, because Grandma's dead, so I mean, like, that makes sense. But there's a little bit of reference to the grandma, who played by, can't remember her name, but she also plays Miss Marple. Something like this, Gangsta Granny is something to do with a cat, or this boy who is nothing to do with the original actor who plays the grandson. And I mean, like, that makes no sense at all. It makes no sense why there's different actors playing the same role, the same characters as before. It makes no sense. Why do you just get the original cast back or something? It makes sense for other movies because there's problems with actors or whatever, but with David Williams, nothing is going wrong. So why different actors? I have no idea. So I don't know, but what I like about the original, it's because the recent version of Gangsta Granny 2, hasn't got the good, you know, it hasn't got the charm that it used to have. Because I can't really remember it, because it's not on BBC iPlayer anymore. It's probably on UK TV Play or something, because that's when I watched Billionaire Boy and last year, and I feel like Billionaire Boy is not the best David Williams film, but it is doable, and I do like that film. I don't hugely love it like Grandpa's Great Escape or probably, although Grandpa's Great Escape is not really good, is it? I mean, like, I think my favourite out of all the films is probably either Boy in the Dress or Gangsta Granny. Those are the most favourite ones I like, but out of all the two. Out of the two of them I like. I mean, like, the most of them is like, meh. I do like all of the David Williams films, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not the same than it used to be, just so you know. If I'm not speaking clearly, because, you know why? Because I just, for some reason, the volume is not really good today. So I mean, like, I am speaking clearly, but the volume is not really good. I'm just saying. And yeah. Anyway, back to David Williams. So this does not really count as a Christmas special, but it is kind of a Christmas special when it comes to my nostalgia. And I mean, like, let's face it, it's around December time, but it's actually, you know, but it's actually November. But really, I just like, I can't put some stuff in on December time, you know, so I had to put on November at the moment. So I mean, like, whatever. Anyway, back to David Williams. This is my reaction to last year's Gangsta Granny 2. I feel like, what is up with the Queen? Why is the Queen acting all weird? Like, in the first Gangsta Granny film, it's all the same, but like, you like it because of that. You should have had something different in the second one, but it felt, it was different, but like, it was too different. The comedy was different, and the lines were different. Don't get me wrong, it's supposed to be different, but I'm like, it's not different, it's too different. The actors are not, if the actors were if actors was the same again, not different actors, if they had the same actors, it'll probably be doable, but this is too, like, what the hell is this? Something like, as a game, this is not really my nostalgia. It's like a my nostalgia recap, sort of, what is this, what is going on. This is Gangsta Granny 2 for crying out loud. It's not Gangsta Granny 2 the best sequel, it's Gangsta Granny 2 the sequel. I don't know. So you can watch on BBC iPlayer at the moment. Probably in 2024, 2025 it won't be on there, it'll probably be on a different streaming service, but I'm like, at the moment it's on BBC iPlayer, so have a go looking at it right now. But I'm like, so if the links down below is going to be like, oh, you can't find it, oh, there's an error going on or something, that's why, because it came off on BBC iPlayer, something like, you know. So what you think about this stupid film? I know lots of people think, oh, it's good, this film is really, really good. If you're a child, obviously. I'm not a child anymore, but I still like all the other David Williams films. Like, the recent one was like Midnight Gang. That wasn't really good, but it was doable good. It wasn't like super good like Boy in a Dress or Gangsta Granny or Billionaire Boy. It's nothing to do with that, but it was different. But it was, and maybe because the director or the BBC or David Williams thought, yeah, it's not really good, but we're gonna put it out there anyway. We're gonna put it on the BBC anyway, just because it's Christmas time. What else can we do? Put the boy, the horse, and the mole. But that's a really good film. I do appreciate that film, and I think that's a really good film so far. Like, out of all the films on Christmas time, that's the most favourite film I watch. And the last thing I want to watch is Gangsta Granny. Like, as I said before, every December time, every year in the past, I think, okay, it's nearly Christmas, could we watch David Williams? Sometimes the new book films, whatever you want to call it, comes out, and some of them don't, because I haven't seen that film, but it's not good like the other ones I like. Something like, probably because I'm old, but I'm still old, and I still like the David Williams films, and at least I'm missing something here, I'm not sure. So yeah, what do you think? Put in the comments down below. If you agree with me, make sure to, you know, like this video. If you don't agree with me, well, if that's your opinion. But I'm like, please tell me I'm not the only one thinking that this film is a little bit weird, because I don't really like the Queen in this one. Like, the inspector, the one who spies on the family, I'm not sure what his name is anymore, but the one who goes in the disguise, like the letterbox is really funny. I like that. Or when he was in the bush, he was in the bush or something, that was really funny. But that's not what I really like. But then he goes over the top, thinking, oh, the Queen is kicking the football in the pitch. What is up with that? And I'm like, I like the Queen in the first one because she was like doing her job. She was wandering around, wanted to do what she wanted to do. She did it in this one, but like the first one, she wanted to do what she wanted to do, hang out in the museum or whatever it was. Again, I can't remember in the first one, but I know that, you know. But this one, the second one's like, it's the script. It's the script writers are right, because what happened in the script away? What happened in the script? Something happened in the script because somebody put, okay, the Queen has to kick a football. Okay, the Queen has to eat mostly all of the sweets out of Raj's shop. Okay, who wrote that? I know the script writers, but seriously, why did you want her to be? She's the Queen. She's not one of those characters that you don't really care very well. She's the flipping Queen. Okay, I know that the Queen in the first one was played by, I can't remember her name, but she's a really good actress, and she was like, okay. This was like not really demonstrating the Queen as a good person. Seriously, I don't really like this version of the Gangsta Granny 2. Strikes Again, if you want to call it Strikes Again, because we hardly see the Gangsta Granny character. Like, we just see her like her appearance because she's dead already, and I mean, like, as you know, in the first one. And I'm like, then you get new characters in that you don't really know, like the neighbours or something. And this boy, this grandson, I can't remember his name, but I know he's got this sort of bike going along, and he's got something to do with a black cat or something. Makes no sense at all. Like, as I was watching this on when it came out, and I feel like I was watching it on BBC iPlayer because I missed a bit, because I was doing some work back then, so I thought maybe I would press the green button and watch on BBC iPlayer, and I'm like, okay, I did so, and so far it wasn't really good. But like, it's okay if you're like young and you like stuff like this, but if you're like me and you feel like, oh, not one of those nasty David Williams films, if a new one's come out, I expect it to be a little bit properly, like Gangsta Granny or Boy in a Dress or Billionaire Boy. Those ones are not really good. Okay, they are really, really good. Really good story, really good actors in it, but they're not really good than, well, the original ones. But I'm like, but their ones are really old, but not because they're old, not because they're charming, not because they're anything else. It's because you love them. You love those versions of the David Williams books. These ones are like, the charm is not there anymore. Like, the Midnight Gang, that came out in 2018 or 19. And I feel like, what is this? And why is Raj in a hospital? That makes no sense. Makes no sense why Raj is in the flipping book series anyway, but like, if they had like the naughtiest children or the cleverest children or the worst children or something like that, if they had that in like a big series on BBC, I'll watch it. If they've done it really good anyway. If it's done really terribly like Gangsta Granny 2, I probably wouldn't watch. I'll probably watch 2 episodes and that's it. Or 1 episode maybe. But I'm like, I don't know. But what do you think? Put in the comments down below, and yeah. Okay, that was the break. That was the advert break, because that's what normally happens in these videos. So welcome back to another part of the video where we discuss this stupid movie. You know what those famous people, when they turn in and they do a mod, then they do models of them in the museum or the whatever that you want to call it. I can't really remember, but I know it's somewhere in Liverpool. But I'm like, anyway, so I'm like, that's interesting. And then it goes a little bit boring with the fact, like, oh, Raj and the boy. That is a little bit boring in this one. I'm like, and then they come across the Queen, who's now acting to be a model. I don't understand. Not a model like you see in the newspapers, but model like a wax model. Oh, I'm going to do this now. What is this? Makes no sense. So that's what I think about this version. Makes no sense at all. And if I read the book, I haven't already. I don't read any David Williams books nowadays. I used to, but not anymore. But if I did, I think the book is be a little bit better than the film, and that's what. To be fair, I'm lying. I read another book called Bad Dad. Good book. It was a good book. It was a good story and everything. That's what I really wanted to see properly. I'm not really sure last year what I wanted to see when it comes to the David Williams films, but I'm like, Bad Dad is a good series, a good book, and it's a good story. Why did you just do that? I don't know. They should have more. I don't know what you want to call it. They should have had more progress. Thinking, okay, what do you want to do, David? Do you want to do this, or do you want to do that? When it comes to the films, and he probably picked Gangsta Granny, of course. Probably first of all, he probably put Have a Bad Dad, and then the producer thought, okay, let's try it out. Think, oh no, that's not really good. Let's do Gangsta Granny 2. But anyway, this is my humble opinion. I'm not really saying this is fact. This is my opinion, and this is my review of it. I know it's not a good review, but this is what I got so far. It is rubbish. The original is better than this one, and if you agree with me, click the like button, guys, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But then, like, I'm probably overreacting here, but I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, okay, I know that lots of people think, oh, I like these sort of films and books by David Williams. Good for you. Do you? I don't blame you. But like, these ones are not really good than they used to be. Midnight Gang was ending on a good note when it came to his films. But the only downfall is that I don't think you're really good. I think you are really good with your films, but nowadays the charm is not good. If you put the charm back with the worst kids in, or whatever the book's called nowadays, you know, the part 2 or part 3 or part 4 with the worst kids ever, or whatever it was called, and you put it into a series on December time, or whatever you want to call it, on BBC iPlayer, do it, please, and I will watch it if it's got the charm, like the original. Not like the original, like Gangsta 22, but like a new thing. It's a new thing. And Gangsta 22 is a new thing, but it doesn't feel like a new thing. It feels like what we watched before. These stupid, whatever you want to call it. It's that. It's not really super David Williams film. It's like a super lame David Williams film. Like, it's not really from David Williams, it's from somebody else who discussed it with David Williams, if you know what I mean. Like, the producers directed it, or the producers produced it. It's not really David Williams, because back in the day, it was not only a person, it was also David Williams. You can tell, because you can read it in every single credit from his books, from his films on December. So I mean, like, every December there is a Boxing Day or whatever, there's always David Williams films, and nowadays it's not really good. I don't blame people who think that, because this is rubbish. Seriously. So, I'm not sure what else to say, and I feel like, yeah, I feel like Raj is getting old. The actor who played Raj, he's getting old. He's not supposed to be here anymore. I mean, like, I don't know, but, and the Queen, seriously, why is she in this book? And why is she in this film? Like, why? It makes no sense anymore. And I think another one that should have been properly done on December time that isn't Gangsta 22 is probably Bananas something to do with the World War II or something. Bananas, Spy Bananas or something like that. That should have been a Christmas special, or a Christmas David Williams film, no? So, if I'm overreacting, I'm so sorry, guys, but it makes no sense why you want to make, Gangsta 22. I know it's one of the best well-known David Williams books, but it doesn't mean you have to make a sequel. If it was just a book sequel, that'll be good. If you make a film sequel, it makes no sense, and if it did make sense, why is the original actors not in it? Tell me. And the other downfall is, it felt like it was in a rush. It felt like not only it felt like a half an hour movie, but it is a half an hour movie. The other ones are half an hour, or whatever you want to call it, but like, they don't feel like half an hour. They feel like an hour movie, not half an hour movie, and that's what happened to this film. It feels like it was in a rush. That's what it feels like. I'm not even making it up, guys. And what is this? You know what I mean? What is this anymore? I don't know. So, what do you think? I think I'm overreacting here, but this be real, guys. This one is not really good. I don't know, lots of people think, oh, my nostalgia for David Williams is probably this, and I feel like this one's really good for recent sort of versions. I think, do you, whatever you want to say, this is your opinion as well, but like, my opinion is this, and this is what I'm going to say. This version is rubbish. 20 or 30 or 40 years time, I feel like, yeah, that's okay, but at the moment, this is rubbish. And that's all I want to say, it's rubbish. So I'm like, it's not rubbish like, Jaws 4 rubbish, or it's not rubbish like, I don't know, all the other bad films rubbish, like you see on Horror Channel or whatever you want to call it. It's not those all rubbish, it's rubbish like they haven't got the charm, they haven't got the actors back. They haven't got anything back. It feels lifeless, this version. And I feel like the Queen has got dementia or something. She's got some kind of illness. Like, why is she kicking a football in the stadium when it makes no sense to the story? And why is she eating so many sweets when she's supposed to be in hospital? She's eating so many. Actually, I may be overthinking it, but seriously, this version is so rubbish. I can't even want to watch this film anymore. I only watched it once, and I feel like I was watching it with my family, and I was just trying to say, can we watch something else? This is not a David Williams film. But I say, it is, and that's what you wanted to see, a David Williams film. And so you're like, it is, because I pressed the green button on BBC iPlayer, and it doesn't feel like a David. I know it says David Williams is Gangsta Granny 2 strikes again, but it's not. Like, I like the scene when it was white when they, at the beginning, when this grandson character looks at the coffin, and then the little black cat comes along. That's okay. That's it. And same with this old lady who's a neighbour or something. That's also really good. But then it drags on to something really boring, like the sneaky little neighbours who think that the black cat is really horrible or something, when it's not. It's just a grandson. This is really okay. If it was on a piece of paper, it would probably be alright. But when it's on film, it's really weird, really rushed, really bizarre, and really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I like the original because even though that didn't really make any sense, you like that because you probably like the actress who played the Gangsta Granny, or you like Miss Marple or something. I don't know anymore. But like, what else can I say about it? Like, what else can I say? I have no idea. This is rubbish. And I know lots of people thinking, it's not rubbish, it's because you're grown up and you don't think it's good. And okay, I'm old. I'm an old lad now, and I still think the originals, I watched the original Gangsta Granny, I think, on UK TV Play as well. Not only I watched Billionaire Boy on UK TV Play, but I also watched Gangsta Granny on UK TV Play, and I loved it because I like the original. And I'm not saying it's the kid self is back again watching it. It's because I just feel like this one's better. If they had like a sequel that would be a little bit better, I love it. This one is just terrible. I know it's not really a best review ever, and I know it's not a best my nostalgia, even though it's not really my nostalgia. It is a rubbish version of my nostalgia because it's not really part of the series, but you could say it's part of the series because I'm just saying the original is what I like. I like the original. The sequel's not really good. I know that most sequels aren't really good, but some sequels are really good. Like Jaws 2, that's really good. The Wrath of Khan, that's really good. The Empire Strikes Back from Star Wars, really good. Why is it not really good? Am I missing something? I don't know. So what do you think? Put it in the comments down below. And if you have nothing to say, just like the video. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.